This week's Q&A is coming from the floor of my sister's apartment in San Francisco, and I learned a few things from last week, so we're going to do it a little bit differently this week. I'm going to do an evolution, we'll talk about it, and then I'll answer a question. Evolution, question. That way I don't get distracted in the middle of answering a question. So, first one is going to be Psyduck. That's not how you evolve a Pokemon. This will be my fourth Psyduck that I'm evolving, but I still don't have a Golduck with Water Gun Hydro Pump, which is what I really want. Confusion, Psychic. At least it's two moves of the same type. Neither one of them is going to benefit from Stab because Golduck is just Water type, but I can use it against Poison types. I can use it against Fighting types. Neither one of those are super common in gyms. I'm going to keep trying for that Water Gun Hydro Pump though. So the first question I want to answer is, have you got any info on the new tracker trial and when do you think they'll release the update? Well, since I said I'm here in San Francisco, this is where they are beta testing that new tracker. So I can show you exactly what it looks like. You see there's sightings down below like you're used to, and nearby, which shows Pokemon that are located close to Pokestops. I'm going to go into detail in this, not in tomorrow's episode, but in Tuesday's episode. Tomorrow will be about the new buddy system that just released, and then Tuesday I'll be going over the new tracking system, telling you what I think of it and showing you how it works, so stay tuned for that. As for when it's going to release, I have no idea. The next evolution is going to be Staryu. I got a Staryu, or a Starmie with the perfect moveset last week, but this one has better IVs, so let's see if I can get a better Starmie with the perfect moveset. Water Gun, Psychic. Nope. That's better than a Golduck with Water Gun Psychic because they'll both benefit from Stab since Starmie is Psychic type. But again, I already have one with Water Gun Hydro Pump, so I'm not too worried about it. The next question I want to answer is, when leaving Pokemon at a gym, is it better to leave your Pokemon with the highest CP, regardless of whether its type is the same as other Pokemon in the gym, or is it better to choose a Pokemon that has high CP, but is also of a different type to the other Pokemon in the gym? Well, you want to leave something with high CP because the higher your CP, the higher you are in the ranking of the gym, and the longer your Pokemon will likely stay in the gym. If people are attacking the gym, the Pokemon at the bottom are going to be the ones that get kicked out first. Now as for type, I know I said previously that it's good to leave a different type of Pokemon, but I think what might actually be the better idea is to leave Pokemon that are the same type as what's already in the gym. Think of it this way, if a gym has 5 different types of Pokemon, a trainer who's challenging the gym can use 5 different Pokemon that can each beat one of those Pokemon in the gym. But if a gym has 5 Pokemon of the same type, that trainer might only have 1 or 2 Pokemon that it can use to counter that type of Pokemon. So if there's 5 grass Pokemon, and the trainer only has 1 fire type, an Arcanine, and 1 flying type, a Pidgeot, that's 2 Pokemon that he or she is going to use to try to beat all 5 of those grass types. Whereas, if they were different types, he could easily choose 1 for each type. It just makes it a little bit harder to use type advantage if all the Pokemon are the same type. Of course, if they have one really strong Arcanine that's stronger than everything in the gym, it might be able to take it down. But it's unlikely that if everything is around the same CP, they're not going to be able to take down all 5 of them with 1 Pokemon that has a type advantage. Also, I forgot to put a Lucky Egg on again. Luckily I haven't evolved anything new yet, but I just got to Magnemite and realized I need to start that egg. Okay, eggs on, here we go. Magnemite, the evolution I've been waiting for. Magnemite is actually a Pokemon that I really like. I don't know what I like about it. I think that they managed to give personality to a ball with magnets on it. It's just, it's cute, I think, honestly. Something doesn't have to be furry to be cute. Not that you're not cute, dude, don't worry. There we go, Magneton. Was it worth it? Thundershock, Discharge. Okay, I'm really happy about this because Magneton can be a decent Lapras counter. Electric-type Pokemon in Pokemon Go are generally underpowered, and Magneton is really no exception to that, but because it's Steel-type, it resists Lapras's Ice-type moves, so it deals super effective damage with 2 electric moves, and it takes not very effective damage from Lapras with 2 Ice-type moves. Discharge is not the best electric move, to be honest. Thunderbolt and Thunder are both much better, but this is the best electric move that Magneton can learn. So, very happy. Next question. What is Go Plus? That's a good question because I realize a lot of people might not know. It was announced and sold out before the game even launched, so a lot of people who picked up the game after it came out might have no idea what Pokemon Go Plus is. So it's a peripheral device, which I don't have here, but there's a picture of it, and it connects to your phone with Bluetooth. It has a little button in the middle that has a light in it, and it'll light up and vibrate to let you know of things that are going on in the game. So you don't actually have to have your phone in hand. Now, Pokemon Go Plus can notify you when you're in range of a Pokestop, and it'll light up blue for that. You can press the button, and it'll spin the Pokestop for you, and you'll get items from it. It'll let you know when you're in range of a Pokemon, and for that, I believe it lights up green. If it's a Pokemon that you've caught before, you can press the button to throw a Pokeball at the Pokemon and catch it without actually pulling your phone out. Now, we're not sure entirely how that's going to work. We don't know if you can choose between different types of balls. We don't know if it's going to be a 100% catch rate or if the Pokemon can break free. But we'll find out on Friday when it releases. Again, I did pre-order 2 of those. One's for me. One I'm going to be giving away to one of you guys out there. Okay, up next, I'm excited because my last Nidoking had the worst moveset. So I'm going to take this Nidoran all the way up to Nidoking and see what happens. Okay, there's Nidorino. 773, Poison Jab, Horn Attack. Not that it matters. No correlation as far as we can tell between pre-evolution and post-evolution movesets. Now, Nidoking. Honestly, I'll be happy with anything better than what I got last time, which was Fury Cutter and Mega Horn. 2 bug-type moves, neither of which benefit from stab, neither of which deal crazy amounts of damage. What about this one? Next question. I've noticed that almost all of the Pidgeys I've caught have very low IVs. Is it more common to find lower IV Pokemon than it is to find higher IV Pokemon? If so, is the chance higher for more common Pokemon? The reason you're finding Pidgeys with low IVs is because there's a bug related to Pokédex number that affects a Pokemon's IVs. So Pokemon that are lower in the Pokédex, like starters or Pidgey, tend to have lower IVs. You won't find very many wild starter Pokemon with high attack IVs, whereas on the other end of the scale, Pokemon in the higher end of the Pokédex tend to have higher IVs. That's why almost everyone has an Eevee with a 15 attack IV. I'm not sure what the reason is or what's causing that, but for now we know that it does exist. Pokemon lower in the Pokédex have lower IVs. Not always, but generally speaking, it's just a bug that affects them. Something about the way that IVs are randomly rolled by the game is somehow influenced by the Pokemon's Pokédex number. Hopefully that gets fixed eventually. I know Niantic has a lot of things on their plate, but that's another thing to look into. For the other part of the question, is it more common to find lower IV Pokemon than it is to find higher IV Pokemon? The answer is no. The most common thing you're going to find is 50% IVs, perfectly average. And beyond that, anything higher or lower has the same chance. Meaning, if 50% is perfectly average, you have the same chance of finding a Pokemon with 75% IVs as you do with 25% IVs. And that's just the way a normal distribution works. So a Pokemon with 100% perfect IVs is equally as rare as a Pokemon with 0% perfect IVs. The only difference is with egg Pokemon. Pokemon hatched from eggs tend to have higher IVs, because the way I understand it to work is the game randomly generates 3 sets of IVs for an egg Pokemon and chooses the highest one. The next Pokemon I have to evolve are a pair of Sandshrews, and hopefully I can get a Sandslash with Mudshot and Earthquake, because that's another Pokemon that's fairly common, for me at least, that's pretty underrated, so I would be really happy if I got that moveset. Whoa. I didn't know he did his animation like that. Have I not seen that before? Does that always happen? Sandslash. Metal Claw, Rock Tomb is not what I wanted. How about this one? Okay, there's the animation again. I'll have to pay attention to the next Pokemon. Metal Claw, Bulldoze. Again, not what I wanted. How are you feeling about rooted phones not being able to play Pokemon Go? Honestly, I think it's a terrible idea. I don't have this phone rooted, but in the past I have rooted pretty much all of my phones because I like that increased functionality that it gives you. I understand that there might be a lot of hacks that people can use on rooted or jailbroken phones, but I don't think banning all rooted and jailbroken devices from playing the game is the right way to approach it. There are plenty of people on rooted phones who are playing the game legit. So Niantic needs to instead find ways to stop people from using those hacks without just stopping all rooted and jailbroken devices from playing. That's my opinion on it. Okay, I have another Horsey to evolve. My last one had a decent moveset. It had a good anti-dragon moveset. Maybe I can get a good water type moveset on this one. Water Gun Dragon Pulse. Not quite. And again, this is just another Seadra that I can evolve to Kingdra when 2nd generation comes out. Here in India, there aren't many Pokestops or gyms. Do you think that there will be more of them when the game officially launches here? First of all, let me say, Niantic, why hasn't the game launched in India yet? These people have been waiting patiently for 2 months, so it would be nice to at least know why it's not there and what your plans are. That's like 1 billion people in the world who don't get to play Pokemon Go right now. But to answer the question, I think that when the game launches there will be more Pokestops and gyms. I think that because it hasn't officially launched, Niantic obviously isn't putting a lot of time and effort into doing that. Maybe they haven't mapped all of India yet. I don't know. Maybe once they start adding those gyms and Pokestops, that'll be a hint that it's coming there soon. So if you do see an increase in gyms and Pokestops, let everyone know. It might be coming. For now, Niantic. Just let them know. A couple more evolutions. These ones are not that exciting. Some bugs. Beedrill. I'm not sure what Beedrill's best moveset is. I guess we'll just see what happens when I get it. Bug Bite, Sludge Bomb. I don't know what its other moves are. Sludge Bomb would be good with, I think it has Poison Jab as a possible quick attack. Again, I like to have Pokemon with 2 moves of the same type, because then I can use it to target one other specific type of Pokemon. If these were both poison type moves, I could use it against fairies or grass types. If these were both bug type moves, I could use it against psychic and grass types. With Bug Bite and Sludge Bomb, it can target grass types, and both of these moves benefit from Stab, but because Tangela is the only pure grass type in 1st generation, every other grass type is also poison type. I'm not sure why it was done that way in the beginning, but since every grass type besides Tangela is also poison type, poison is not super effective against any of the grass Pokemon in Pokemon Go except for Tangela right now. And actually, since poison resists bug too, bug is not super effective against any grass type Pokemon besides Tangela either. The exception is Exeggutor, who's grass and psychic, so bug is actually double super effective against Exeggutor, and poison is super effective. So I guess I was wrong. 2 grass types that you can use bug and poison against in Pokemon Go. Tangela, Exeggutor. What is the radius of the circle for spawns and sightings? For spawns, Pokemon will show up on your map when you're within 50 meters of them. They'll disappear when you're 70 meters away, meaning if the Pokemon spawns and you walk 20 meters away from it, you're now 70 meters away, and that Pokemon will disappear from the map. The radius for sightings is 200 meters. Any Pokemon that appears on your sightings list is somewhere within 200 meters of your current location. This will be the last evolution for today. It's a Metapod. Maybe I can get a Butterfree with a decent moveset. I don't know. It has the option of Bug or Psychic type moves, and only the Bug moves benefit from Stab, but it's really only going to be decent against Exeggutor, other Psychic types. Bug Bite, Bug Buzz. That is a good moveset. I'm not sure where I would use it. I could use it against Exeggutor maybe. It's not going to take super effective damage from Exeggutor's attacks, but it's also not going to resist any of them except for Solar Beam and Seed Bomb. I could use it against Psychic types like Alakazam, but those are hardly ever in gyms because they're not good. But still, that's a good moveset for a Butterfree. I just want to say quickly, I am getting close again to Magikarp. We walked around here in San Francisco, down by Pier 39, Fisherman's Wharf, and caught a ton of Magikarps today. So there's a good chance I'll catch enough tomorrow to actually be able to evolve another Magikarp to Gyarados next week. This game will die down after a while. Will you be including other Pokemon games on this channel, or are you considering branching out? I will be buying and playing Pokemon Sun and Moon when they come out in November, but I won't be playing it on this channel. I'm not going to be doing any Let's Plays because, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of watching Let's Plays of Pokemon games like 3DS games. It's more likely that I'll continue traveling and, sharing that travel experience with you guys because I know a lot of you really enjoy seeing that. And on top of that, I also really enjoy talking about game design, so something I'd like to do is continue that discussion and maybe eventually design a game and kind of walk you guys through that so you can experience it with me, and then maybe launch the game through the channel if it ever comes to fruition. But to be honest, I don't expect Pokemon Go to really die out anytime soon. I think that there's a solid 3 years of content for Niantic to release if they stick to a schedule of releasing a new generation of Pokemon every 6 months. That's a solid 3 years that people will be playing this game. And if they can start to get things right and introduce new systems and upgrade the game, eventually add in trading like they're supposed to do, PvP is another big one, this game could last for a very long time. Okay, I know I said I was done, but I do have one last guest evolution. When we were down at the pier today, Cassie finally got enough Magikarps to evolve one. So you're going to see her Magikarp evolve to Gyarados, and this one actually has 97% perfect IVs, so hopefully she has better luck with the moves than I did. She forgot a lucky egg. It's okay, it's just one. What is it? Bite Dragon Pulse. I mean, it's not Twister. Ugh. It's not Hydro Pump, but it's not Twister. I mean, 97%, that's a good Gyarados. You should be happy that you didn't get Twister like I did.
Okay, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
More Magikarp.
Tomorrow we're going Magikarp crazy. Alright guys, that's it for this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, leave questions in the comments for next week's Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. Say goodnight to Snorlax. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, for Buddy System. We're here in San Francisco. Tomorrow, we're talking about Buddy System. The day after that, I'm talking about the new tracker. So, lots of exciting new stuff coming up in the next couple days. See you then. Wait, one last thing. I forgot. Oh, yes. Leveled up. 25. That was enough experience. Look at that reward. Alright, now we're really done. See you tomorrow. The next question I want to answer is it worth it to buy bag storage? In my video about what to spend coins on, I said that the 2 items you should buy are lucky eggs and incubators. And now, with anything in this game... Nice, Electrode. Your experience is going to vary depending on where you live, which is... It's one of the best things about this game, in my opinion. It's unlike any other game in that way.